Hey Gemini, it's Jen here from Tarot Spirit, here for your May 2016 monthly tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me. If you watched some of the earlier May readings I did a couple weeks ago, you'll notice they look completely different than the one I'm doing for you because I don't know, I was feeling it that way that day I was doing it, and my feelings have changed, so they're not all consistent, and so that's just the way it is. I'm using Barbara Moore's Steampunk Tarot. Let's see what comes out for you guys in May. So lots of people like to see me shuffle, so I'm kind of shuffling over here. You'll just have to trust me. So if you want to just take some deep breaths, and remember this is a general reading. I know now why people say that, because I get comments saying, well, this didn't happen and last month you said this. So just remember these are general readings, and a really good way to use tarot is just to sort of reflect, even if it's not happening for you at the moment, times in your life where maybe you were going through a situation and how you handled it, and maybe if the cards have some thoughts for in the future, if a situation like that comes up, that maybe you could try a different approach or think of it a different way. It's also good to go back and look at the readings after the fact, like, watch the weekly reading after the week as well, and sort of try to see how it actually plays out in real life, because oftentimes the themes are much more subtle than they kind of feel when you're listening to the reading. And then you can start to see how certain cards play out in your life. Let's see, we have the Eight of Wands, so something coming in really fast, some fast communication, messages. Usually very positive card, can be new love. And it's interesting, it's next to the Three of Swords, the King of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. So it may be a busy month for you, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. The Eight of Pentacles suggests that you're taking time to do things that you love and to feed your soul. Wow, so we have the Three of Swords and the Ace of Cups right below it. So maybe needing to let something go in order to bring in something new. The Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands both point to being a little busy, having to have some perseverance. See if these last two cards are going to come out, or if I have to just cut the deck and, oops, there's one. The Emperor under the King of Cups, so a very kind, compassionate Emperor leader, which is always nice, as long as they can make decisions that's fair to everyone, which the Emperor does, delivered in a kind way, like the King of Cups. Oops. And the Knight of Swords. She may be heading out of May with sort of a new perspective on things. Oh, yeah. So at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Swords. So you will be consciously, thoughtfully moving away from a situation which is no longer serving you well. And I would say it is this Three of Swords situation. Something you sort of, and I always forget, I think his name is Christopher Byrne. I don't know how to say his last name. I can't remember how it's spelled, but he has a YouTube channel, and this card has always confused me because it's a sword card, so it's a thought card, but it talks about heartache, and I'm like always trying to like figure that out. Like, is it jealousy? Because that's more of a thought based, feeling. Because you can feel jealous towards an ex, but when you finally let go of the relationship, like that jealousy can go, it's almost like a mindset. So I thought maybe that's it, but he described this as card as the truth hurts. And that just clicked for me. I've been reading tarot cards for 25 years. I heard that like 2 months ago. So that's what I love about cards. I mean, you're always evolving and changing and growing and finding depth in the cards. But that just really clicked for me. The truth hurts. So something is going to come out that's going to, you're gonna get it. No more denial, no more not really seeing the situation clearly. You're gonna probably get, oh, okay. We'll say goodbye to that card. You're gonna get some news potentially that it's going to be the truth, and it may hurt, but it's going to prompt you to move on, which is a good thing. Now, this is also a positive card. So at the same time, I feel like, you're going to get many different things may happen all around the same time, which may be adding to this feeling of having a lot to juggle. This card always reminds me of the witch in The Wizard of Oz, dun, 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 riding through the storm on her bike. So it's almost like something will happen that will kind of hurt, but I also feel like you're going to, at the same time, be open emotionally. So I almost feel like whatever you're going to hear is sort of, it's like it's going to hurt, but at the same time, something's finally going to be over. It's like, it's going to finally allow you to release it and move on. So it's kind of be like, oh, that hurts. But I remember, like, I know people hate when I tell my own stories, but I don't have any other stories to tell because this is my experience. I had a boyfriend who I moved for, okay? He convinced me to move for him. I wanted to wait a little bit. Like, convinced me to move, and within like a month, he got really weird, and with a month and a half after I moved, left a good job, got another good job, but a decent job, broke up with me. So I'd literally moved from home, from where I'd grown up, left a decent job, boom, in this new place all alone. And it was a really big growth experience for me. It took me a really long time because he sort of would still see me, and I was young and stupid and whatever. But then all of a sudden I found out he was seeing someone new. And it really hurt. However, within a week of finding this out, something just clicked. A switch went off in me, and I was done. It was like I was finally done, and I was able to move on. But for whatever reason, it took that news of him having a new girlfriend to finally get it, to finally realize, and it hurt, but it was perfect, and I was able to move on with my life. Always, this Eight of Pentacles, I mean, it just comes up constantly. I should really keep track of the cards that come up. I could keep a spreadsheet if I was that organized, and do some statistics. This card just keeps coming up. And for me, this card, yes, it could be about a new job, studying a new craft, school, trade, some sort of where you're learning something new. But for me, it's really a card about finding that which feeds your soul. That when you're doing it, it's almost a meditative experience where you're completely present. So these types of activities will help you to get things straight in your mind when you're in some sort of situation, and also help bring peace and calmness. And you will have a new emotional beginning, so it's going to be very positive. And then, of course, you have the Emperor and the King of Cups over here that I already talked about. So making some decisions about your life and taking control of your life is really how I see this. With this new news, you're going to potentially no longer be waiting around for something. You're going to get some final decisions, and you're really gonna be it's gonna stir up compassion in you, which is really interesting. And but you're really going to take control of your life. And these two cup cards, you're really going to gain more compassion moving and how you approach life because of this situation, which is really lovely. And you're going to have a complete change in your thinking, again, how you're approaching life because of this situation. You're going to have a clear cut way to proceed as well with that Six of Swords, which went flying over the back of my table, which I'm not sure what that means. I mean, maybe it's almost like a fool energy, like jumping off the cliff, like just taking a leap of faith, starting out fresh and new, a new way of thinking, a new you, a new way of approaching things. Braving sort of the storm and persevering. But I feel like these energies are ending due to this new way of thinking about things. Oh my God, I thought the Six of Swords fell out, but this one card with that group sort of went off to the side and it caught my eye. So I'm like, oh, that must be significant. It didn't. It flew. That's awesome. That's awesome. It didn't go over the side. You're taking off. So when you're ending May, Aquarius, you're going to be taking off with your life in a beautiful new way. So I think I'm going to leave it there because that's pretty cool. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you at the next video. Take care.